My name is James, and today I want to share a story about a moment in my life that changed me forever. It's not an easy story to tell, but it taught me something important. Let's start from the beginning. A few years ago, I was living in a small town. It was quiet, peaceful, and I thought life would always be the same. I had a good job, nice friends, and a loving family. But life doesn't always stay the same. Sometimes it surprises you in ways you never expect. My grandfather was a big part of my life. He was old, with silver hair and a kind smile. He loved to tell stories about his childhood, about the war, and about how he met my grandmother. Every Sunday, we would sit in the garden, and he would talk while I listened. He was my hero. One day, my mother called me. Her voice was shaky, and I could tell something was wrong. She said, "James, Grandpa is very sick. You need to come home." My heart sank. I took the next train to see him. When I arrived, he was in bed. His face looked pale and his hands were thin. But when he saw me, he smiled. "James," he said softly, "I'm glad you're here." We spent the next few days together. I stayed by his side, helping him eat, talking to him, and listening to his stories. Even though he was weak, he never stopped smiling. He told me about his favorite memories, like the time he danced with Grandma in the rain, or the day I was born. One evening, he held my hand and said, "James, death is not the end. It's just a new journey. Don't be afraid of it. Remember, the love we share stays forever." His words stayed in my heart. The next morning I woke up and the house felt different. It was quiet, too quiet. I went to his room and saw him lying there, peaceful and still. He was gone. At that moment, I felt a pain I had never felt before. It was like my heart was breaking into a million pieces. But as I sat there, holding his hand, I remembered his words. The love we share stays forever. The days after his death were hard. I missed him so much. The house felt empty without his laughter and stories, but I started to notice something. Every time I told someone one of his stories, it felt like he was still with me. His voice, his wisdom, his love. They didn't disappear. They stayed in my heart. One day, while walking in the garden where we used to sit, I found an old notebook. It was his. Inside, he had written letters to me, to my family, and even to himself. One letter said, "James, live your life fully, be kind, love deeply, and never forget to smile. That's how you keep me alive." Reading those words gave me strength. I realized that death doesn't mean the end of love. It just changes the way we carry it. My grandfather's love became a part of me, guiding me every day. Now, I tell his stories to my friends, my kids, and anyone who will listen. I laugh when I remember his jokes, and I smile when I think about his advice. He's still with me, in every kind word, in every loving action. So, if you've ever lost someone, remember this: they never really leave. Their love stays with you. in your heart, in your memories, and in the way you live your life. That's what my grandfather taught me, and it's the most beautiful lesson I've ever learned.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. See you soon.